Let's talk about why 1989 by Taylor Swift is a lot better than To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. Just kidding. I want to address the video that I made last week in which I said that Taylor Swift's 1989 won over TPAB, not because she's white, but because the album is better. I want to first apologize to Black people and also people in general for downplaying the importance of TPAB, which by the way is an album that I like and I actually enjoyed it like when it came out and even now. Even though I like 1989 by Taylor Swift so much more than TPAB, I should have looked into the importance of TPAB to the Black community and to the music community in general before making such like a fiery video and like kind of an annoying video about it. I was definitely a little bit dismissive towards TPAB and towards rap music in general, and I want to apologize for coming off that way. Before I make any like wild statements in the future, I should definitely look into why a certain body of work is important to specific groups of people or to people in general, or just shut the hell up because I don't need to voice all of my opinions. I know now how important TPAB is to Black people and to people in general and to the movements that Black people create, so I should definitely look at it in a more like sensitive way and not be so like 99 is better. Like I should not be like that, you know what I mean? I also want to say sorry and I really want to apologize for saying that if you're that upset that your favorite artist did not win an award, tell them to make better music. I want to say like that is a rude blanket statement to just say, and there's a lot of nuance that comes with that. I was not saying that about Kendrick directly. I did not mean like, oh, Kendrick should make better music. Like I said, I actually like him. I meant that in a way that's like, you can put that complaining energy into making better work yourself or hoping that your favorite artists continue to make better work that like tops their last project because like improvement vibes and like positive vibes. But I understand like it came off in a very, very annoying, snarky way. You know, people have brought up a song that I wrote in 2021 and like them saying like, oh, like how can you tell people to make better music when your music sounds like this? Like, yeah, that song was definitely not good. But let me just say my argument where I said, tell your fans to make better music, that doesn't really apply to me because I don't complain when my favorite artists don't win an award. Like when Taylor Swift doesn't win an award, for example, it's not like I'm like, oh my god, the winner is so bad, like the Grammy, like that person only won because they're white or because they're a man or because they're Black. I don't ever do that. So like the argument doesn't really apply to me, but like I get it, okay? The last thing I want to apologize for is I'm sorry that I was dismissive towards rap as a genre in general. In the initial video, I did say as I'm getting older, I don't like rap as much. I actually do still like some of like the rap songs, and I only said that because I thought like, well, people want this rap album to win at the Grammys, but in general, like rap isn't the most popular genre in the world. So I misspoke. I should have realized that, you know, not everyone likes pop music too. So that was a good point that people brought up. That was a good criticism, and I definitely should think about that before I make statements. In all honesty, I'm just really tired of like people complaining all the time whenever Taylor Swift wins something or whenever they see that she's very, very successful, which she is. Oh my god. One of the many criticisms that people have said in the last few days is, Kevin, why are you bringing up like an event from like 2016? Like, let it go. Like, that was such a long time ago. Like, who cares? Like, why are you bringing Kendrick down to put Taylor up? That is not the case at all. I only made that video because I saw a resurfaced blog post by Frank Ocean like last week where he said, bad television is letting 1989 win over TPAB at the Grammys. And so that reminded me of like all the times that people complain about Taylor Swift to me today, all the time. People complain about Taylor Swift winning an award. People complain about Taylor Swift getting a lot of money for her success. People complain about Taylor Swift fans loving Taylor Swift's music, and they always say like, oh, she's just a mediocre white girl that like sings about stupid shit. And honestly, I'm just tired of it. I just got tired of it and I made a video out of, you know, annoyance. I was also triggered seeing that blog post by Frank Ocean because I remember like in 2017 or 2018, a few years ago, I was driving with my friend and his brother, and they like rap a lot. And I was playing like 1989 in the car, and the brother was like, oh my god, I can't believe this album won over TPAB. Like, she is such a mediocre white girl that makes bad music. And if you want to say makes good music, you have to say her team makes good music because she is not involved in the making of her work. And that was really annoying to me because at the time, I did not understand why he was saying that. Like, I looked at TPAB's song credits and I looked at 1989 song credits and I was like, how can you even say that Kendrick was a lot more involved with his work when Taylor Swift writes all of her own music and that's like what she's known for? I'm not saying that Kendrick did not write TPAB. I'm sure he did. I'm sure the co-writers, the many co-writers and the many co-producers were just from like samples or whatever. And Taylor Swift definitely has co-writers and co-producers in a lot of her music too. But I was just confused as to why somebody was putting Taylor down so much and saying all these statements like, oh, she's not involved in the making of her work, her music sucks, blah, 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 blah. I just was so confused and I was kind of annoyed that someone was just saying that from me putting on a song in the car. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a little bit excessive to always be upset about Taylor if I play her in public or like around my friends and stuff. It's not even just that time. Like, Kanye took the mic from her when she won an award over Beyonce, and that was fan voted. Like, it wasn't even the award show's fault. And she ended up losing the biggest award of the night that night anyway. And I'm like, what's the point of complaining so much about Taylor Swift's success? Like, we can do better, you know what I mean? People love to discredit Taylor Swift. Like, people love to say like, oh, she only writes songs about her ex-boyfriends and all her music sounds the same. She literally is known for changing genres. She was a country artist and she went to pop and then she went to indie and then now she's back at pop. Then people love to switch up and say, oh, she's actually not that involved in writing her own music. She literally grew up as a songwriter and she got her first job as a songwriter. She's known to be a songwriter and that's why people love her work so much, is because they know that she's very involved with her work, and that's why people have a parasocial relationship with her, because they feel more connected to her life because she writes about her life. You can also see proof that she writes her own music in the song credits, or from court documents that co-writers have written, or from testimonies that other co-writers and other co-producers have spoken about her, or just from, I don't know, respecting a woman's work in general. It just pisses me off when people like discredit her all the time, and even in this backlash, people are quick to say like, oh, her album is so bad, or like her music is so bad. If you're gonna be that upset and that sensitive over Taylor Swift winning awards, or like over Taylor Swift being successful, you're gonna be upset for so long, because she's gonna be successful for a long time. Like, that woman has a really like strong work ethic, and you might as well just relax and just respect her work and appreciate her success. You don't even have to listen to her music. Just be like, okay, like, cool, she's good. You don't have to be like, oh, this album deserved it, or like, oh, she sucks. You know, we can, two things can be true at once. Anyway, that was a little rant, but I do wanna, again, apologize for seeming like I put a black rapper down to uplift a very talented woman. I definitely can uplift Taylor Swift without seemingly bringing anyone else down. I do wish that other people would extend that same grace when they talk about Taylor Swift. Like, you can bring up Kendrick Lamar and you can bring up all of these other artists without having to say that Taylor Swift sucks, because that happens so much and sometimes I'm just tired of it. Also, what annoyed me hella when people said Taylor Swift 1989 only won at the Grammys because she's white, what annoyed me about that is the fact that Kendrick Lamar literally has more Grammys than Taylor Swift. 1. 2, Kendrick Lamar is literally in 1989 in Bad Blood. And 3, they won a Grammy together that same night. And so I'm like, why can't we just let Taylor Swift win one Grammy over Kendrick Lamar? I'm not saying award shows aren't racist. I don't know enough about that. I don't have an opinion on that. I'm just saying, from this individualistic sense, why do we have to go to racism? Also, it's just clear to me that I'm just not super invested or knowledgeable in like the racial undertones of institutions like award shows, and I'm also not super invested or knowledgeable on rap music, and it like that's the impact of it. So next time, if I want to make statements, I need to be more educated on like what people really think about a certain body of work, because people can be really attached to art that I'm not attached to. You know, I get that I need to do that, or I could just not talk at all, and that would be good for all of us. The last thing I want to say is I personally don't think it's like healthy to be like, oh, I didn't win this award, or I didn't get this far in life because I'm Asian, or because I'm black, or because I'm gay, like, which I am, by the way, as you can probably see in recommended videos. Like, yeah, life can be racist and homophobic, and I've gone through my fair share of, you know, stuff, but like, I don't want to see myself as an oppressed person. So if I don't get somewhere in life, I don't want to be like, oh, like, it's because I'm Asian or because I'm gay. Personally, I don't want to look at it that way, but I understand a lot of people do, and people love to like feel like their oppression like some people have it like worse than others, is what I'm saying. So I can't speak for everyone. So I understand where I need to not talk about that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for watching this video if you made it this far. I hope I was somewhat coherent. I'm sorry again for making such an annoying video, and I'm sorry that it got misconstrued and I offended black people and people in general, and I apologize for that. And I hope this video clears it up. Thanks for watching. If you're gay, I do have a full bottoming course at the links below. I also have my premium douche kits, and a lot of gay people love those. So if you want to check those out, I'm gonna improve them over the week because I want to like do better. So check those out if you want to have better gay sex. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you online.